What's up, YouTube? This is Team Warm Milk. I'm Treves, and this is
Saberman 9K.
and we're gonna be talking about blind MSTing. Pretty basic shit.
Just be a short video on this. So I'll start out by saying it's really never good to blind MST unless it's an end phase MST. It depends really what you know what you're playing against. There's lots of traps, like lots of people playing Compulse right now. I'll throw that in there. A little Compulse, little Fiendish Chain, little Warning, Bottomless, Deep Prison, just some traps. Anyways, everybody knows what these are, what they do. I hope they know what they do. So blind MST. So if people don't know the reference, blind MST is having 3 back row or 2 back row, and someone just playing MST this one. You don't even know what it is. You don't even know what the back row is. You're just hoping to hit something. Like usually when there's 3 back row, there's probably a bluff. So
there's one card they don't want you to hit, and then there's the other cards that are trying to bait out your MST.
There's one card they don't want you to hit, then there's other cards that they're trying to avert. They want you to MST it. So you just don't blind MST plainly, unless you know what you're playing against. But that's a different story. So why you don't blind MST is because, for one, chainable cards, Compulse, Threatening Roar.
If you MST another MST, and you have other back row,
MST another MST, you have another back row, then
you go -1.
MST Compulse, plus it's a -1 right there. You don't want a minus. I talked about the previous video, card advantage. Blind MST has everything to do with card advantage. Okay, it makes you -1. It can make you -1. Correction. Okay, so if you're playing a deck like Inzectors, for example, something really based on monster effects, Inzectors, windups, you blind MST. Later you find out that they're playing like skill drain heroes. You don't have MST for skill drain because you fucking blind MST. You're an idiot. Okay, so that's another reason why you don't blind MST. You don't know what they're playing. Maybe they're playing something like Dark World where they need their field card, or they play skill drain and skill drain kills you, or they play macro and macro rabbit. So all those decks you don't really want to blind MST against, because you want to wait. You want to hold your MST till you know what you're killing. Or even if you summon Tour Guide and they go Fiendish, you can chain MST to Fiendish and you're fine. So you know what you're killing. If you're baiting out the back row, you know what you're killing. So chances are, if you summon something, they can't do anything, then the next turn they set another card, you're going to MST the card they just set. Because that's not technically blind MST, because you already know that first card that they already had on the board is not an answer to what you're playing. So it doesn't answer what you're playing. So that's technically not a blind MST, because you're killing the card they just set, which could be a card that will get rid of your card. Because I'm one of the people that if I'm playing Compulse and stuff, I hold my Compulse until I need to get rid of like a Zen Mains or a Gachi or something like that. That's me. That's what I do. I don't just set Compulse when I don't know what they're playing. That's just me. So lots of players do this, probably. It's a good idea. So they could just set Compulse and you could MST it, end phase MST it, like, you know what I'm saying? So end phase MST is always okay, because during the end phase they can't chain their card. That's at least okay. But still, you don't know what you're hitting. If they have 1 back row, it's not as bad, because they have 1 back row.
Could be another MST though.
If they have 1 back row, you know they don't have skill drain. You know they don't have macro down. So that's all. So yeah, that's kind of it to the base of the video. Don't blind MST unless you know what you're playing against.
Especially against certain decks too.
Yeah, certain decks, it's really bad. If you know what you're playing against, it's okay, because you can kind of make a read on what their back row is based on how they're playing, who they put on the board. That's all. So the next video will be about reading, because I just talked about blind MST. Anyways, that's it.
Peace out, YouTube.